Okay, so this is going to be a fairly quick video because there's not a lot to be said here. Capacitive reactance. I've looked at a lot of different literature and nothing really does an adequate job of explaining how we come upon this. So I'm really just going to give you the equation. Okay, so we talked about inductive reactance. So reactance is expressed using what? The letter X. X represents in reactance. Okay, so it was X subscript L to indicate inductive reactance. Now it's X subscript C to equal capacitive reactance. So what is the equation here for capacitive reactance? Well, let's start the conversation right here. Inductive reactance was XL equals 2 pi FL. Okay, we talked about 2 pi just representing the sine wave, F the frequency of the AC power supply, and L being the size of the inductor. All of that determines the amount of reactance that inductor offers in the circuit. So the capacitive reactance equation really encompasses those same variables, but let's just go back and lean on the idea that a capacitor is the exact opposite of an inductor, okay? Or it behaves in a circuit in the inverse fashion. So how do we mathematically talk about something in the inverse? Well, we just put it 1 over, right? So 1 over 2 pi FC is how we calculate for capacitive reactance. So the size of the capacitor and inversely proportional, so a larger capacitor offers less capacitive reactance, okay? And more or a higher frequency also results in less capacitive reactance in the circuit. So now we have an inversely proportional relationship between frequency and capacitance and the capacitive reactance. The good news about this equation is now the algebra is really easy if what we want to calculate is not the capacitive reactance, but the capacitance in the circuit. If you're told the value of the capacitive reactance and your task is to calculate for C, now that's really easy because we can just take the C across the equal sign and up into the numerator side, and XC from the numerator side here across the equal sign down into the denominator. So they just trade places. So C equals the inverse of 2 pi F XC. So that makes that particular little manipulation